You're watching Chicago Bears Now. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. On today's show, 5 players to watch during Bears training camp on offense. We're going to do defense as well later on, so 5 players to watch on offense during camp for the Chicago Bears. Let's start with the obvious one. That is Justin Fields, which we somehow managed to misspell there, so we'll try and get that fixed shortly on. Justin Fields as a player to watch on offense for the Chicago Bears. All eyes are on the Bears rookie quarterback. There is simply no doubt about that. Why? Hey, the Bears are starving for a good quarterback. They were upset after Andy Dalton signed, after he whiffed on Russell Wilson and potentially Deshaun Watson. We're all waiting to see if Justin Fields is going to be the real deal. I'm excited for him. I can't wait to see him play. I think he's going to be very, very good for this team moving forward, but we got to see it first, and that really gets going in training camp. Good rookie minicamp, good OTAs, good minicamp by all accounts, but this is really when it starts to ramp up into training camp and, of course, into the preseason as well. He was fantastic at Ohio State as their quarterback the past couple of years, 22 starts, 63 touchdown passes, just 9 interceptions. And I think Matt Nagy can really unleash his mobility as well. I think that's something that Nagy was looking at here when they made this selection. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say I think Justin Fields is going to be Mahomes, but similar to Mahomes, Fields is mobile and actually a lot faster. So we will see if that is, factors into the Bears offense when he does get on the field. But he is the player to watch at training camp, regardless of offense or defense. He leads off today's video. How hyped are you for Justin Fields? Scale it 1 to 10 for me down in the comments. 1 being you think he sucks and they should have traded for Gardner Minshew. Some people actually wanted that. 10 or even put like 50 in there means you can't wait to see the kid play. I'm typing 50, so scale it for me on a scale of 1 to 10. And yes, you can go beyond 10. If you're as hyped as Justin Fields as I am, well, do what I did. Buy a Justin Fields jersey at the link below, chatsports.com/Fields1. We got all 3 colors available, guys. We got the navy, we got the white as well. The white's really, really clean. I almost got that one, but I had to get the orange. I just had to get the orange. I know some of you guys disagreed with me on that decision, but hey, I'm thrilled with it. I love it. It's hanging up right now. Chatsports.com/Fields1. You can get a Justin Fields jersey as well before the start of this season. Go to that link. It'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. Get a Justin Fields jersey today. Let's keep it moving here. We got that spelling corrected. Appreciate producer Jack doing that on the fly. Tarik Cohen, another player to watch on the Bears offense for a couple of reasons. One, he's still recovering from ACL. Now, there's some chatter. Maybe he'll be ready early on during training camp. We'll see. So that's why I'm looking out for this. Is he going to be ready? If he's not, is he going to be ready for week 1, preseason? When are we going to see Tarik Cohen again? And once he is ready, how does he factor in to this running back room? Obviously, David Montgomery is your lead back. You signed Damian Williams, who also sat out last season, not for injury, but for he chose to take the COVID opt-out because his mom was battling cancer, so we decided to do that. Tarik Cohen is, I have them as 2A, 2B. They're different type of backs. Khalil Herbert, does he get into the mix? I'm excited to see Tarik Cohen back on the field. The good news for the Bears, though, is they've protected themselves. If he's not the same guy or if he's not healthy, they've got enough at running back. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on this situation, not just Cohen specifically, but the running backs as a whole, because I think the Bears could be one of the best rushing attacks this year. Who will have a bigger role this year, assuming both are fully healthy? Type TC for Tarik Cohen. Type DW for Damian Williams. This is a tough one. I want to type TC, but I'm not super confident either way. So let me know what you guys think. Who will have the bigger role within the Bears offense? Let's keep it rolling here. Cole Kmet, the second-year tight end. I think he's a player we should all keep an eye on during training camp and on into the preseason, because year 2, especially for earlier draft picks, is kind of when that light bulb turns on. I feel a Cole Kmet breakout coming. I really do. I'm high on this kid. He's not the most explosive player, but I think he can be a better Kyle Rudolph. And if you get a better Kyle Rudolph out of this second-round pick, then that's a pretty darn good pick, because Rudolph was a top 10 tight end in this league for a very, very long time. And the next step for him is overtaking Jimmy Graham as your top tight end. Last year, the Bears felt better with Jimmy Graham getting more opportunities, especially in the red zone, which he'll still have value there, obviously. But Cole Kmet needs to be your primary tight end, especially in between the 20s within this offense. I love his upside as a blocker as well, and I think he can be a guy that can stretch the field a little bit and give you some big plays moving forward. Subscribe to Chicago Bears Now. We like to think that we have the best Bears coverage on the internet. Plus, it's 100% free. A lot of these, websites and, publications, they do a great job, but they throw like a $5 monthly charge on you, which we don't do that. It's 100% free. YouTube.com/Bears Now. Subscribe. Give us a chance. If we let you down, then, hey, no harm, no foul, because it's 100% free. More players to watch on offense for the Bears during training camp. Teven Jenkins. We got to get another rookie in there. Obviously, you drafted Justin Fields on a trade up in round 1, and you got Teven Jenkins in the second round. And obviously, we were all a little bit surprised, especially me, when the Bears said, we plan to play him at left tackle. So that's something I'm watching for. That's something I'm keeping an eye on. Can Teven Jenkins take over left tackle for the next decade? Because that's what you drafted him to be at the end of the day. He needs to pan out. Now, when I say that, if it ends up being right tackle, that's fine. He can be a long-term right tackle, I think, easier, if we're being completely honest. But wherever he plays, he needs to be good, because the Bears had to improve their offensive line this year, and Teven Jenkins needs to be part of that solution. And I think he will be. There will be a bit of a learning curve as he played mostly right tackle in college. Made, I think, 7 starts at left tackle at Oklahoma State. I think he can do it. Could take some time, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on him at Halas Hall during training camp. Do you trust Teven Jenkins at left tackle? Simple question. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Let me know what you guys think on this one. Do you trust the rookie at left tackle? And then to wrap things up, Dazz Newsome, 3 rookies cracked our offensive players to watch at training camp. Similar to Tarik Cohen, Newsome had the injury, collarbone, about 2 months ago now, and he is trending to be ready by training camp, so that's a very good sign. But I'm watching this because after Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, it's wide open at receiver. Anthony Miller has not earned that slot job. I think he's going to be the favorite, but I think guys will push him. Newsome should be ready to go, recovering from that collarbone injury, and I'm excited about his speed and potential coming out of the University of North Carolina. I think he's got a real shot to take over as your number 3 wide receiver. Now, we'll see where he stacks up. You got Marquise Goodwin. You got guys like Riley Ridley as well, Damiere Byrd, who I didn't list there, but he is certainly in the fold. There are a lot of guys that can make an impact at wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. So we'll see how it stacks up, but I think Dazz Newsome has a real chance to compete. Pick a slot receiver. Who would you rather have in the slot? Type AM for Anthony Miller, type DN for Dazz Newsome. I'd like to see Dazz Newsome take it. Now, I'm all in if Anthony Miller comes out and finally performs how he's been expected to for 3 years now, but if he's not ready, hopefully Newsome is. I'm going to type my DN. So there you go, my 5 players to watch at Bears training camp this year. Justin Fields, Tarik Cohen, Cole Kmet, Teven Jenkins, Dazz Newsome. 5 players to watch on offense. We'll do defensive players as well, so stay tuned for that.